what's up guys, it's Rob. Hope you're doing really good out there. So, sweet child of mine, if aliens landed on the earth and they kidnapped me for some reason and they said, we've chosen you to show us exactly what guitar solos are all about, and you only had one thing to show them, it would be Sweet Child of Mine. It would be the guitar solo to that tune. Because in my opinion, it just has absolutely everything in it that makes a guitar solo great. It's got melody, it's got speed, we've got some fast runs, but it's got all sorts of different flavors in it as well, because the best thing about it, and the thing that I've not mentioned yet, is the fact that the rest of the song is in this major key. All the intro and all the nice melodies and the verses and choruses, it's in a major key, but when the guitar solo kicks in, it immediately switches to a minor key. Also a key change, it actually lifts up a tone as well. So immediately the guitar solo stands out from the rest of the song, and it just sort of immediately has this impact, which is, wow, this is different. And that's why I really like it, and it straight away got that melody, but it uses the harmonic minor scale to play some really cool sounding phrases and lines within it. So I've always loved this guitar solo. I've actually played this song quite a lot in my time because I play in a wedding band, as I've mentioned previously on this channel quite a lot. And that song was pretty much a staple in our set. Towards the end of the set, every week we'd play Sweet Child of Mine. And I never really learned the solo note for note or anything like that. I always did my best to kind of mimic what I thought it did. And there's one part in particular of the solo which I've just completely avoided learning up until now, when recently one of my guitar students wanted to learn the whole solo. So I thought, well, now's a good time to finally learn the lick, that one lick. And the one part I'm talking about is that nice little ascent when the wah kicks in. It's got this really cool harmonic minor run to it, which then builds up into the next section of the solo. So after many years of playing that song live and playing the solo my own way, I finally learned to play that part anyway, the real way. So shout out to Kane, who is my guitar student, who wanted to learn the solo. Thanks for making me learn it so I can teach it to you. So what I thought I'd do is make a little video about that one part that I'm talking about, because I think it's a really, really interesting part. The main thing I want to say about it is that that is when the wah pedal kicks on in the song. So towards the end of the run, it's probably just my best guess of what he's actually doing, because it's so smothered in wah and the wah effects that it's quite hard to pick out individual notes. It's more just sort of listening to what I think it is. So I'll play the lick really, really slowly, and then I'll speed it up a little bit. I'll talk through it and all that sort of stuff. So let's grab the guitar and check that out. So here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have a Gibson Les Paul. I've got a Gibson SG though, still a Gibson guitar. So I'm going to use this one for this video. And I forgot to mention earlier that I'm tuned to E flat. So if you're learning this part of the solo that I'm going to show you now and you're playing along and you're wondering why it doesn't sound quite right, that's because I'm tuned to E flat like the original song. However, if you don't want to tune your guitar down, you can still learn all of the notes in the exact same way, in the exact same place. There's some backing tracks here on YouTube which are actually in standard tuning, and there's even a version of the actual song which somebody has pitch shifted up to standard tuning as well, so that's great for playing along to. So whether you're tuned down or not, you can still learn these notes. But anyway, let me play you the phrase now that I'm more focusing on in this video. This is the part that I have recently learned and finally recently got my head around. So here is that part. I'm going to play it slowly first. And here it is a little bit quicker now. Not full speed, but just a little bit quicker. So this is definitely not the easiest lick, and again, I'm not sure if what I'm doing fully up here is exactly right because it's so smothered in wah. I do have a wah pedal at the moment plugged in and it's not engaged at the moment, and it's a Sonic 8 Vol wah if anybody is curious to know which wah I used in the intro of this video and the wah that I've got currently plugged in. I did make a video about this pedal, so I'll leave a link in the description where you can check that out, just in case you're interested in the gear that I'm using. But anyway, that little phrase there, I think it's so cool. And it's got a lot involved in such a short space of time. So let's learn it first. Let's go through the notes and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So it starts on the 8th fret of the 2nd string with a pull off to 7. And then straight away play the 9th fret on the 3rd string. And then you play the 7th fret and 10th fret on the 2nd string, and as soon as you play this 10, slide it up to 12, like this. And I would do the slide with your third finger, so you've slid from 10 to 12 on the second string with your third finger, and now there's a little bit of a stretch, so this is why this is cool. One of the first parts is because you've got a stretch involved there, which is, you know, always a kind of good thing to throw in the middle of a lick because it adds a little bit of a challenge, and especially if you're not used to stretching your fingers quite far apart to play cool things like this, definitely give this a go. So leave your finger on the 12th fret there, your third finger. Leave that there, don't move it. And then with your first finger, grab the 8th fret, back to 12 on the second string. And then with your second finger, grab the 11th fret on the high E, and then back to that 12 on the B. So that little section so far. In fact, ignore what I said earlier about leaving your finger on the 12th fret. Just leave it near the 12th fret because you're going to be using it quite a bit. But to actually play these notes in a good way, I guess it's better to take your fingers off just so you can kind of swap back and forth between them. So one more time. And then go back to the 8th fret on the high E. Then the 11th fret on the high E. Then play the 12th fret. But as soon as you play that 12th fret, slide it up to the 14th fret on the high E. And then you want to backtrack to the 11th fret and play 11, 12, 14, and then slide up to the 15. And then play 12, 14, 15 again, with a pull off from the 14 to 12 after it. And then this part's a little bit confusing. You play 15 on the B, 14 on the high E, back to 15 on the B, and then a hammer on from the 12th fret to 14 on the high E with a pull off. (15) on the B, 12 on the high E, and then a bend on the 15th fret of the B string. But when you do this bend, you want to bend it up, bring it back down, and then do a pull off to the 12th fret, and then do another bend on the 15th fret like this. And then just hit it again on the end for good measure. So altogether, this is what we've just gone through. Which played full speed sounds a little bit like this. Not perfect, not the best, but that is kind of basically what it's doing. And again, like I'll reiterate, that end part is a little bit loose because of the wah, which I don't have engaged, but if I put my wah pedal on now, I'll play it again with the wah so you get the full effect. So this is what it sounds like with the actual song when we kick the wah pedal on. So it's actually quite difficult and quite confusing to be able to play that lick perfectly and have your foot going at the same time on the wah pedal if you're not used to it. I don't use a wah pedal very often, so I'm kind of not used to using my foot going up and down on the pedal whilst playing things. I mean, if I was improvising, it wouldn't be so bad because I guess I wouldn't really know what I'm doing, but when I'm having to concentrate and think about specific notes and specific licks and stuff like that, it gets a little bit more challenging. But that's the lick, and I think it's really, really great. And the thing I like about it, like I said, first is that stretch from the 8th fret to 12th fret. 8 on the high E, 12 on the B. and then grabbing the 11 on the high E back to that 12. So I like that stretch, but I also like the tone. That's that harmonic minor. It's that sort of lick which gives it that flavour and the really cool vibe about it. To me, that's the sort of stuff that sounds absolutely awesome. I like the slides in it as well. I like how it slides from one position to the next, which really makes it flow from here all the way up here. It doesn't just run up like with different notes, it slides with some of them as well. Ending on a really, really cool bend. There's hammer-ons, there's pull-offs. I'm using a bit of alternate picking as well on this part especially. I'm alternate picking to help me do that a little bit quicker, but everything that's involved in this lick I just think is really, really awesome. So I just wanted to break it down and make a video about it. So there you go guys, just a nice little quick video that I wanted to make because I like to document my guitar playing journey here on this YouTube channel. Things that I learned that I think will be of value to other people, then that's what this is all about, me sharing that knowledge and hopefully inspiring people to play and all that good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any other guitar solos that you want me to have a stab at. And if you're new to my channel, then please don't forget to subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. So thanks for watching.